Alright, how's it going? It's a nice day. Nice morning. Figured I'd walk around before I have to go an adult today. It's crisp instead of cold. Although I went to the store, what was it, 3 days ago? Did I tell you this? I think I told somebody anyway. I told Jen and Becca that's what it was. Good morning, Stacy. And I said, it was 27. I walked out the house like this, short sleeve, you know how I do. And it was 27 degrees because it was like 6 o'clock in the morning, too. And the lady she's like, oh my God, aren't you cold? No, not even a little. And mind you, I get cold. I'm just not cold. It's not cold yet. It's just crisp. That's all. Not yet. Still fall. It's not cold in the fall. Come wintertime, it's a whole nother story. That'll be a whole nother story. We'll be cold then, for sure. Good morning. But all the trees are changing colors. I took some pictures yesterday. We were actually going to go out in the world and find some pictures or find some trees to take pictures of. We never did. It's like one of those things where you got some free time, so you sort of earmarked it for something beforehand. And then when the free time came up, it's like, no, I don't feel like it now. But they're all changing colors, as you see back there. But these are the scraggly trees. These are all the ones that are falling down or have fallen down. The really pretty ones are, well, they're all kind of pretty. They're all pretty to me, but the ones with the, oh my God, this one, I have to see if I can take the picture. Well, I took the picture. It doesn't do it justice when you took a picture of it, though. Like, look at this one. Is that not creepy? It's very Sleepy Hollow. But I took a picture of one. It was the brightest pink you ever seen in your whole life. It's kind of like if fire was pink. It would be like, it's very vibrant. And I took a picture of it, but translated into a camera, eh, it loses some of its power. But like, look at this one. We're coming up on what now? This is pretty. I like those colors. See, but they don't translate well. And then the light is bad, at least for the phone. But it's the prettiest color you ever want to see. It's red. And from living in the swamps for the past 5 years, this is a welcome change. This is a welcome change. These are all green and brown. These everywhere. Be a craftsman's dream People who can arts and crafts leaves and things. They're everywhere. And they're gorgeous colors. Below 70. That 27 or 29 degrees or whatever it was, that was amazing. I loved it. Haze over them, which I love. Just there it goes. I do it every time, but it's nice. I like the trees. I don't really care for palm trees, especially not anymore. Been traumatized by Florida. I like the regular trees. This one's interesting. It's tall, but it's bent at the top. This one's still nice and green. Get your life together and change your colors. It's nice and airish. Boy, them acorns, this tree here, I bet you ain't got a single acorn left. They have all hit the ground, like little rocks from the sky. I don't know where it is at. I can't see what it is though. What is that? I can't tell. Is it hanging from the tree or hanging from the... I think it's hanging from the tree. I don't know what that is. It is peaceful. So there are two times when the dog walkers come out, and I have tried to miss both of them. Yesterday I was going, or the day before, I was gonna do early morning. It was gonna be dark, which I was just gonna like hold the camera in front of me so you can see the ground or whatever. Just it was gonna be really dark, like 6 o'clock in the morning. But that's when all the dog walkers come out, because I guess dogs have been asleep all day, so or all night. So now it needs to go outside, and then towards 3, 4 in the afternoon, 5, 6 sometimes, more dog walkers come out. So I go now when it's everybody who's going to work in the morning has pretty much gone, so the traffic is kind of quiet. You can hear it though, because there's a big street back there. And then all the dog walkers are in the inside. And the cold helps too, because people don't like to be outside except crazy people like me. So there's not a whole bunch of people out here either. Just me. And again, I lived in the swamps for 6 years, I think it was actually. 5, 6 years. So I love this. This is fantastic to me. Oh, you voted good. Vote early if you can. Take your chair if you can't. I have to vote in person. I wanted a mail-in ballot, but I had to vote in person. My registration card came last week, and you have to have a Pennsylvania ID to get a mail-in ballot, so I have to go in person. That's all right. It's not far. I can actually even walk to it, so what's the excuse? As I say, if you can stand in line for iPhones and tennis shoes, you can stand in line for this. Oh, look at the halo. Yeah, I do like that to where you walk outside and it's like the entire earth just took a break. Birds are asleep, people are asleep. Grass is wet, ain't no rain. I like that early morning. I'm not necessarily a morning person. I sort of thrive off the dark, but ain't nothing wrong with seeing God's creation when the lights come on. Yes, of course, it's Florida. I hated Florida so much. The beach was pretty, though. It was pretty, I have to say. That will admit to. It was pretty. It just wasn't for me. I like this. Trees and cold. Now, when it gets hot, we'll have to do our live streams on the inside. But I figured I'd do this one before I have to go adult today. Lots of clouds in the sky. No rain though. Okay, thank you, Katie. He forced us in the unemployment line. He might as well join us. He might as well join us. Oh, it's nice and bright. Translation lens kick in. Still dark in California. As we get all the sun over here first. We'll send you some in a couple of hours. Then it's going to be hot. I think our high today is 59. That can't be right. It's got to be 70 something. It's got to be 70s because it's 50 something now. And it's 8 a.m. It's probably 70 something or 60 something. We'll see. Good morning. We will see. It'll be nice, whatever it is. There's no wind blowing though. That was the thing I was telling the lady who was asking me if I was cold the other day because it was 27 degrees and I had on zero coats. And I was saying, well, it's not cold, not to me. Like it will be, and I got a coat for that. But it's not cold now because there's no wind blowing. It's just kind of like if you just stepped into a refrigerator. Like prolonged exposure, then yes, you need a jacket and all that. But just to walk down the street to the store, it'll be all right. And again, after living in the heat and the swamps, I welcome the cold. If it being cold in 27, I'd have been all right. I got 2 coats. I want another one, but here's the thing. I think, and I do this a lot, and I need to stop doing this. It'll be my New Year's resolution to stop doing this. When I see something, then I want it. But I don't want it until I see it. It's kind of like an impulse buy when you get to the counter and you start buying candy bars and gum and you don't really, that's not what you came in here for. It's kind of like that. I have a coat. I have one that goes all the way to my ankles, I think it is, and the other one, which is just my regular coat. And I seen this other one. It's very fashion forward. It looks very nice. It's very sleek. But I don't need it. The one that goes to the floor basically is just as nice. And I already own it. But that's the way impulses work. So I didn't buy one. I bought one from my brother though. So hopefully he'll like it. His birthday is today. And I'm like, well, what do you get a person who doesn't want anything? Like, what do you get a person who doesn't want anything? His last birthday, we got him a bunch of Nike stuff. Then I got him a gift card for Nike that he did not use until last week, from his birthday last year. And so, I don't know. What do you get a person who doesn't want anything? He'll take money. See, a good meal from who? Because if I gotta cook it, then that's up for interpretation and debate. Um, I did cook a lasagna though. It turned out very well. But what do you get a person who doesn't want anything? I won't say don't need anything. He needs a wallet, but the wallet he wants is from Louis Vuitton, and I don't have Louis Vuitton $1,000 to buy no wallet right now. And so that's not happening. And I don't want to get, just some old wallet, but, you know. So I don't know. Because we don't have to do surprises. He doesn't really care for surprises anyway. And he's very picky. So it's always good to kind of let him in on what it is. Like ask him, what do you want? Pick it out and then I'll buy it. And then boom, happy birthday. Because I try to do, me and my sister, we can't, maybe it's just meant to be this way. The last time I tried to get him something that was a surprise, right? I got a bunch of stuff that I know he likes. I got like really nice watches, got really nice ink pen, I got really nice this, I got a whole bunch of stuff and I put it all in one box, wrapped it up, blah, blah, blah. And so the watches though, I was sending them back and forth this was a while ago. I was sending them back and forth to my sister because she has better taste than I do when it comes to, garments and clothes and things. And so I sent it to her and I said, what do you think about this? Do you like this one? Do you like this one? Do you like this one? Do you think he would like this one? Because this is meant to be a surprise, right? And so we were narrowing them down. And I had found about 5 more pictures of watches to send to her. And I sent them to him and said, which ones do you like? And then I didn't notice I did until I got his text back saying, oh, I like this one and this one. And I'm like, oh, surprise over. I just sent him all the pictures of the watches that we're trying to book through. So he always somehow or another is let in on what it is we're trying to do. So 3 days ago, my sister and I were going back and forth with pictures of stuff because she works for Ralph Lauren. And she was like, I can get him this and this and this and this and this, you know. And she said, okay, what about this? I was like, okay, that's fine. What about this? And then she said, because we were on the phone, she said, did you get the pictures I sent you? I said, no. She said, oh, hell, I sent them to him. So she did it too this year. So I think half of what his present is meant to be, he's already seen. And then, mind you, I bought a bunch of stuff for him on Amazon, but we have the same Amazon account. So I'm pretty sure he can see it if he wants to, or he probably already has. So there's no real surprise, but I'm gonna put it in a bag and give it to him anyway. I just need to know, what else can you give a person that doesn't want anything? But I'll get him some, see, okay, yeah, I could do that. Or just bite the bullet and buy the wallet. Because he's seen everything else because we keep sending him all the pictures. So we can do it that way, but because he has no wallet right now. And for whatever reason, he will buy everything else in the world that he needs, but he won't buy a wallet. And he basically has everything in an envelope and puts it in his pocket, which just drives me insane. So I don't know. And we were in Ralph Lauren last week when we went to the Nike store finally. There's an outlet in Pittsburgh. We went, it was 40 miles from where we are. And so we went all the way out there so that he could use his gift card because there is no other Nike store even remotely close by. So we go all the way out there. There's a Ralph Lauren there. I'm like, get your Ralph Lauren wallet. And he looks at him for like a half a second and said, no. And so that was the end of that. So I can't even say, hey, get him a Ralph Lauren wallet. Massage, no, he would not. There's a massage place close to here too. So I don't know. But it's probably gonna just be money. I'll get the um I'll get the stuff all in a bag because I got him a coat. I got him long johns. And I got basically what I did is like he has an Amazon list as well, and I just went through and started picking up stuff. So that's what's going to be in his bag. So, and hopefully he's not watching my live stream. But oh no, he's not. He's driving down the street right now. And so I'll put all that in the bag, and then I'll just put some extra money with it or something. Maybe I'll give him half, and if he wants a Louis Vuitton wallet, then you have this month, half next month or so. That's a lot of money for a wallet. Buy an expensive wallet and there's nothing in it. But that's what he wants. And then we got the kind of tight knit group between me, my sister, my brother, that if you wanted something like that, then you deserve it. Because these are the two people, especially in my life, that will do anything in the world for you. So there is no too expensive. If that's what you want, that's what you're gonna get. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out. But I guess money will do. Money and food. And see, I'm the same every year. Cologne. If you just had to buy me something, cologne. That's what I want. I don't ever want nothing either, because he and I are the same. We don't really celebrate our birthday, but everybody else around us kind of does. So it's like, well, what do you want? Nothing, but if you have to give me something, ain't nothing wrong with some cologne. Because we don't really do surprises, because I'd rather give you something you want instead of something I think you'd like. And all of the stuff we're getting them now is kind of utility. What cologne do I like? Oh God, that's a list. I've had so many. I have so many. But I like fresh scents. I like clean scents. I'm not a woodsy person or pine person. I don't like anything citrusy. Or not too citrusy. I like clean. For instance, I like Light Blue by Dolce & Gabbana. That's one of my favorites. Classic Calvin Klein is a good one. Eternity Aqua, that's a good one. Reaction by Kenneth Cole is one of my all-time favorites. I don't remember. What else do I have? I like things too that smell like cologne, like a man cologne, but not like a Old Spice. Like a almost like kind of like Axe body sprays type of smell, to where it's kind of masculine in scent. I like that kind of stuff too, but my favorites is the Light Blue and Reaction. Those are my favorites. See, there was someone I worked with. That was her thing. If you want to get her anything, put it in a Barnes& Noble bag and she's good to go. Barnes& Noble card, whatever it is, she spends her life in there. Like, you should work there, because you can read books for free. When I worked there, the program I don't know if they still do it, but probably do, because they encourage you read to read books, because this is their business, right? And so what they would do is, let's say you get a hardback book, you take the cover off, you leave it there, you sign for it, just agreeing that you're going to bring it back in sellable condition, and that's it. And you get to check it out for, I think, 3 days at a time or something like that. If it's one of the anticipated bestseller type deals, I think you have to wait. I don't remember, it's been so long, but I think you have to wait, because when I worked there, the Twilight series was coming out. And so you can read those for free, but in order to do so, I believe you had to wait, or you could only check it out for a short period of time, something like that, because they needed to make sure they had enough for the people coming in. But I worked there right before all the bookstores started to die. You had Borders and Books A Million in all these places. Now Barnes & Noble kind of stands alone outside of independent booksellers or bookstores. Now, when it comes to oils, gardenia is one of my favorites. I love a gardenia. I actually been, from last time we talked, I've been putting water in my diffuser to try to get that baby powder smell out of there because it's still in there. Now, it smells good, thankfully, but you can't smell nothing else. Barnes and Noble, when you work retail, there's two words you look for that'll tell you how much they pay. If you see the words competitive wages, that means minimum wage. Or that means local minimum wage. Competitive wages means no matter where you go, we're all paying the same. They may pay you $8.25 and we pay $8.15. That's competitive wages. And I think Barnes and Noble is competitive wages. When I worked there, I made $6.25. $6.25. But that's how long ago it was too. But that's how much I made. And then I had a second job at the time because of course you did. Then made $7. And it was down the street. There's your competitive wages. When I worked in Texas, first job was at Target. They paid $8. And then the other job was a grocery store. $9.25 is what they started you at. But I had to quit Target because you can't work at both at the same time since they're competing businesses, which I was totally okay with. And mind you, at the place with the 9.50 or 9.25, whatever they started, you get a raise every 3 months until you hit a certain threshold, and then you stop or you get promoted, whatever the case may be. But you only had one job, so it wasn't something you needed a 4-year degree for. Am I a good cook? Oh, good Lord, no. No. Somebody said good morning. No, I can't see. Good morning, whoever that is. Michelle. Oh, the debates tonight? Well, rumor has it that when you're not the one who is supposed to be talking, your microphone is cut. So I guess it'll be a little more orderly this time instead of Captain Shouting Lot. So we'll see. I'm not watching it. I made lasagna and stew, yes, but that does not mean I'm some sort of cook. The stew was a little more, because I've never made that before. So that one I'm a little more proud of than the lasagna. Lasagna was, I boiled the noodles, sauce, meat, cheese, noodles, sauce, meat, cheese, noodles, sauce, meat, cheese, bake it, done. Like that one's not hard. The stew was different because I didn't know what I was doing because I'd never made that before. And so the lasagna was, I mean, that's simple. It wasn't frozen. I didn't make it, but like I said, you just boil your noodles, brown your meat, noodles, sauce, meat, cheese. Bake it, you're done. He can shout, but his microphone's cut off. Then he's gonna look like a real crazy person, like one of those hecklers who shout off stage. And I did say, I don't think I said this on camera, but something was gonna happen to impact future debates, and I guess this was it. Maybe they'll do this from now on to where, but Kamala and Pence was a little more sophisticated because I mean, like him, love him, hate him, or leave him. Pence is an adult. Yes, he was lying. He was, deflecting and so forth and so forth. I didn't watch it. I just heard, and I'm pretty sure I trust that to be true. But he wasn't trying to shout her down the whole time. So that's a good thing. 365 a month. Oh, good mercy. Yeah, when I started working, minimum wage was $5.50 when I started working. That was 30 years ago. And now it's moved $2 in 30 years. Oh, there's a deer. In 30 years, it's moved $2. $0.50 an hour. And this is why I say, like, I get it, small businesses, and I know it sounds lovely, and maybe it's just my Gemini brain trying to make sense of both sides. But when you have a small business and you don't make any money really for the first 2 years, especially if you have a restaurant, you're basically just making to keep the bills paid. And then after you get over that hump, then you can start to try to make some money because word of mouth is working and so forth and so forth. But if I have a small business, $15 an hour is a lot to pay out for one person. A lot. So I get it on that side. On the other hand, that is the only way you force people like Walmart to pay $15 an hour. The only way. I worked for Walmart. I made $7.25 because that's what minimum wage was. And so, what was that said? I think it was Chris Rock that said, this is minimum wage. If they could pay you less, they would. Now, I would love to be, because I always worked retail. Retail loves minimum wage. That's what they cling to. Maximize profits, minimize loss. Employees are counted as loss because you're your outgo and not income. So I get it. But these debt-free companies is the only way you force them to pay. If you can't afford a one-bedroom apartment on your own, you don't make enough money to live on. So $7.25, $7.50, I think $7.50 is the minimum wage. That's not going to cut it for anybody. You need 2 and 3 jobs. So I get it. Yeah, I seen that, Susan. They were They got called to the carpet, is what they got. They were trying to make it sound like this was a wonderful thing, that they were going to be paying people up to $100,000 a year, which sounds like, oh my God, you know, let's go get this job at the Walmart. But what Walmart was not saying, that all the people in their Twitter feed were saying for them, is why don't you tell people the whole truth? That yes, some people are getting a bump, a huge bump in their pay, but you're letting go all these other people. All the department heads will be gone, and so will a lot of people on their team. So you're going to be making a lot of the positions people have now obsolete. And for what reason? Like, what is the reason? What is the real reason? Like, I see why you got rid of the cashiers, because people didn't protest to self-check. So I get it. You got 3 registers and 15 self-checks, and then 1 person to watch the 15 self-checks to make sure that people don't need help or they're not stealing. So I get it. But what about these other ones? So now what you're going to do is pay 1 person more to be over a lot more people than they had in the beginning. Meanwhile, you don't retrain and repurpose. You just say, okay, your position's gone. Because where's all your cashiers now? So that's the world of retail. And the only way, well, I guess you won't. The world moves on. All of it will change in the next 5 years. There'll be a lot more people going, a lot more things obsolete. I mean, just look at Amazon. They have a store that virtually has no employees. I think they have three or four. A few people to keep the shelves stocked, and then a couple of other people to make deli food and sushi. So you have like 4 employees. There's no cashiers because there's no cash place. There's no place to cash out, period. There's no self-check. You do it all via your cart. You put something in the cart, it scans it. And then you swipe your card on the little thing where it's already saved in there from your Amazon account. And then you walk out. So, you know, everything's changing. We'll get there for too long to where everybody's doing the same thing because you got to keep up. I know me personally, and it has nothing to do with basically that's my job that is now obsolete. I guess I have to read tarot cards full time, but basically, what happened, I like personal touches. I like to walk up to a counter as a person. I don't know. Then again, there are some things I don't know. You can call that old fashioned because I was just about to, but I don't think that's right either. Because is it really old fashioned to think that when you walk into a store to purchase things, that there should be a level of customer service and not some sterile environment with just products and machines. I get it, that's where we're headed, but that just seems, I don't know. Like I said, I can call it old fashioned because that's what I was about to do, to want to walk into a store and see people working in there, but I don't think that's old fashioned. I think that's a human being wanting a human touch to interactions. Like, I don't want to go, and I don't mind self check sometimes, especially if you're in a hurry, but there needs to be somebody that is identifiable that works there, that's something. It's kind of the same with books and ebooks and newspapers and e-newspapers. I like the physical book and the physical newspaper. I'm not a person that wants to read a book on my telephone or read a newspaper on my telephone. Articles, sure, because that's just one little bitty thing, and I'm only going to skim it any darn way. But I like a book, like an actual book. And again, might be old fashioned, but I think that's better. Not everything in the world has to change, I think. Well, not everything has to change to be an improvement. You can change it, but it would be nice if you still made available the old fashioned stuff. That way I can still feel like I'm on Earth and not in an episode of the Jetsons. But that's just me. Yes, exactly, Mimi. That's what I mean. And there, and there was a lady who she was in. I went in the dollar store a few days ago, and she asked the lady behind the counter, "Why are you so nice?" And she said it like that. "Why are you so nice?" And she says, "Well, I'm happy to be alive." She didn't know what to say because what else do you say? And then I'm looking at her and she's looking at me, and I'm thinking to myself, what you should do is thank your lucky stars that in this day and age, in this economy, you ran into a retail worker who is nice instead of someone who has a mountain of problems and brought them all to work. Because you're going to go down the street and try to get something from somebody at somebody's store, and that person's not going to be nice, and you're going to notice the difference. And you can complain to the manager all you want to, but what they're not going to do is reprimand nor fire the person you just complained about because they need them. So there you go. That was just the oddest. Why are you so nice? What kind of question is that? But in this day and age, be happy you found somebody who is nice. Oh, that gate is open. Is that where all the deer came from? Customer service is it's crippled. It's still there. I'm still here. I'm a good customer service representative, but it is heavily crippled. Heavily. First off, I will say this. that in retail, since I've done it for so long, I'll tell you. A retail job has a really high turnover rate. Therefore, it's very, very, very easy to get. Very easy to get a retail job. And therefore, it attracts people who just need a paycheck and somewhere to go. And then you get people who have no personal touch, they have no personal experience, they don't know how to talk to people, they don't know how to interact with people, who are frustrated, not necessarily angry. And so it's too easy. Well, yeah, it's too easy of a job to get. And so you walk in somewhere, and Lord knows who's behind, Lord knows who's behind the counter. I've worked with people who seem sweet and they're not, or seem mean and they're not. Oh well, it's kind of like now. I don't talk. I feel like a fish out of water where I am because I don't know. Again, I've done retail for like 22, 23 years, something like that. And I have trained countless people. And at no point would I ever expect a person I train to behave like the people I work with. Now, they're not mean and nasty, but they're not nice either. It's like you walk up, they start scanning your stuff, and they give you your receipt afterwards, and they say, have a good day. Say hi when they walk up is the protocol. There used to be an acronym called GHOST, which is you greet the person, there's the G, have a conversation, there's your H, then the OST, I forget what they are, but but you don't need to try to make friends with anybody. But hi, how are you? Did you find everything okay? That would be nice. Otherwise, I can go to the shelf check if I just wanted a sterile experience. But anyway, back to, oh, there's a cardinal. It's a bright red too. I got squirreled for a second. Well, I'm done talking about that anyway. I don't remember the O. I know the S is service and the T is thank you. I forget what the O is. Oh, offer. So this was at a grocery store. So you offer, do you need help outside? And then the S is service, and then the T is thank you. That's what you're supposed to do. But you know, it was offer to help them outside, and then you be of service with the S, and then thank you with the T. But the first two were, because I said this to all of the people that I train, is they can go anywhere for milk, eggs, and bread. They came here. Give them something to make them want to come back. You don't have to hold a whole conversation. You ain't got to be their friend. But hi, how are you? Just to know I acknowledged you. That's it. That's all you got to do. That's it. And a lot of people will answer you. They do have a few that just drive me insane. This is my pet peeve. If I say hi, how are you, and you don't say nothing to me, that drives me crazy. And then throughout this transaction, you turn around and ask me a question. I can't talk either. If you can't talk, I can't talk. So I don't know. I don't know how to help you. That's where the pettiness takes over. Yeah, that's why I've never worked food service. Hungry people are a little different. Am I enjoying the fall colors? Absolutely. I took pictures yesterday. I wanted to put them on YouTube on the community tab, but I don't know. It didn't do the tree service. Thank you, Mimi. It didn't do the picture, or the pictures didn't do the tree service. It was just a gorgeous, gorgeous color, but you couldn't really tell. There's the acorns. Oh, what time is it? I have a package arriving today. Oh, good. There's that woman and that horse. How do you keep a Great Dane in an apartment? Because those are apartments over there, I think. That's crazy, man. Yeah, I like working with the public. I had a job. Well, see, here's the thing, too. This is why you got to be careful what you ask the universe for, because it will give it to you. Here's you an example. So I worked a long time ago for those in the United States, probably know these people, called Family Dollar. Long time ago. And I worked there for 6 years. I was kind of tired of it. And then one year came around where we didn't get raises or something like that. And I'm like, okay, I need to move on anyway. I'm making pennies here. Luckily, my life has never been expensive, so I don't need like $30 an hour. But to not get a raise after we worked and worked and worked, I'm like, I'm tired of this. And previously, I had been having a conversation with the family member and was telling them I need a job where, or no, I want a job where, and again, I'm putting this out to the universe, where I can go, I can dress up, put my suit and tie on, I can smell nice, I don't have to cut no boxes, I don't have to smell like warehouses, and I can sit if I want to. And so shortly after, I got a job with AT&T. And I go in, suit and tie, I smell fabulous when I get there and when I leave. I'm not covered in cardboard and God knows what else, but I hated it the whole time. It's like I got what I wanted, but I was not specific. So you have to be specific. I wanted a job where I did not have to go labor, even though that's the kind of jobs I like. I like labor jobs. And so I get it. I'm there and hate it from beginning to end. Number one thing is I don't like talking on the telephone. Hate it. Second thing, There was no people. Whoever I was talking to was not in front of me. There was no personal interaction. It's all this, let me look in your account and see this and this and this. And like, ain't the kind of thing for me. I need face to face, person to person. That's what I need. Hi, Jace. Well, you have a good day. Bye, Michelle. I hope it's working out, Jace. That's what we need. Spread the message. Get them motivated. Yeah, I can't. I need face to face. I can't talk to nobody on the phone. It drives me insane. And that's what I was telling that lady at the dollar store. When she was harassed about being nice, I said some people can be very nasty. Like she should have thanked her lucky stars she found somebody who was nice. Especially right now, when we're like 2 inches away from trying to rip each other's throats out. Oh well. It's more of us that are nice than that is mean and nasty. Keep that in mind. What time is it now? 9:19. Okay. Now I gotta go. Gotta go prepare for the rest of the day. Gotta get back home first. This is why you don't walk too far away. But it's a nice day. The leaves are just falling like crazy. I like that. Yes, I did. Got good company. So thank y'all. Makes it easy. Yeah, I didn't watch any news today or yesterday. I don't watch news at all, I guess. I don't have TV. I looked at the headlines. Yes, I am, Barb. I have seasons. This was not a reality in Florida, so I didn't like it at all. But it's a nice day. It'll stay that way. So I might have to take me another walk later on today. Dog walkers and traffic will be there, so won't be no live stream, but just to get outside. There's a leaf in my shoe. So, what is today? Wednesday? So, I would probably do a live stream. I don't know. It'll be impromptu, of course, but I will more than likely do one before Sunday. But bearing in mind, I don't actually have any readings to do, so it'll probably be very scatterbrained. Probably a lot more chit chat than normal, but I will more than likely be doing a live stream before Sunday. But Sunday will be on Jen's channel, and I will see y'all sometime this week. Don't know exactly when, but you know how it is over here. So I will see y'all later.